Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Whew, I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna get through this. So guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you details on my new fragrance with Navitus. Now, I've been working on this fragrance since March, or was it February? Since the beginning of this year. Now, although I've been working on it since March, and I've been talking about it amongst family and with Maryanne, and I mean, I've been smelling this fragrance and went through all the iterations, and we finalized it in Dubai. Although all of that took place, right now in this moment, I'm super nervous to talk about it. I don't know why, but I just have all my nerves right now. Like prior to filming this video, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go tell them this, that, the third, and you know, and we gonna bust it down. But y'all, I'm so nervous right now, so just bear with me. But yes, if you want to know about my new fragrance that you will be able to pre-order in a few days, okay, I'm not sure about the exact date, but it's in a few days, then please continue to watch. Guys, before we get started with the video, please make sure you like this video, thumbs it up so YouTube knows you love my content, leave me a comment down below so we can get to know each other, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Whew. All right, y'all, so I'm just going to jump right in. So the name of the fragrance that you will be able to pre-order in a few days is Amorous Intense. We just going to stick with the whole AI thing. Ambrosia Imperial, Amorous Intense. Amorous means to be moved by love. And I was completely moved by love with this fragrance. Love in terms of just loving a season, loving a moment in time, loving the space that you're in intensely. You know what I mean? So my inspiration behind this fragrance was fall. You guys, I love fall. Now hear this. I know when we in the summer, you know, I want summer to be over with, right? Before we move into the fall. I want the seasons to play out, and I don't necessarily rush the seasons. Like when we're in summer and I'm loving it, and I'm going to love it until the very end. When we're in fall, I'm absolutely loving it. I actually love fall more than summer, but I just love summer so much because we get such a short summer here. It seems that, you know, we get a lot of fall and a lot of winter, especially, child. Even I feel like we get cheated with spring, but fall is that time that brings pure vibes. I don't know about you guys, but when I think about fall, especially being here on the East Coast and growing up here, when I think about fall, I think about fashion. I think about beautiful makeup colors, having fun with makeup, actually being able to wear a full beat of makeup without it melting off your face. You know what I mean? Having fun with colors and eyeshadows and lipsticks and fashion, like I said, boots, leather jackets, chunky sweaters. You guys know I love sweaters. I have a whole row of sweaters here. I have more sweaters than this, but I definitely have like a whole row of sweaters here. I love leather jackets. I love scarves and shawls. I just love layering in the fall. And the only time that you can really appreciate that is in the fall. In the winter, it's so cold. It's like Canada Goose, Montclair, fur, like whatever you wear, heavy, thick jacket weather. You're covering your outfit. You're probably not going to wear that much makeup because it's so cold. Your eyes are running. I don't know about y'all, but my eyes be running in the winter, child. So I'm only wearing makeup if I'm really going out. Like in the fall, I can wear makeup just on a nice crisp day. I just feel like being pretty, and I have fun with makeup and fall colors and experimenting with things. So fall just means everything to me. And aside from the makeup and the beauty and the fashion, honey, when it comes to fall foods, okay, listen, when it comes to comfort foods and comfort desserts, I'm all about it. Ambrosia Imperial, although she is all year round fragrance, that fragrance inspiration came from a fall dessert, Bananas Foster. And it's no different with Amorous Intense. The inspiration behind this fragrance is also another dessert. It's baked pears. Now, I love pears. I love smelling pears and fragrance. I love a fresh, bright, juicy, crisp green pear, the Anjou pear. But when you bake that pear, child, it becomes a totally different monster. So I'm going to share with you the notes of this fragrance, but just give me a little second. We're going to talk about the notes. We're definitely going to talk about the notes. But before we talk about the notes, I want to tell you guys who's the perfumer behind this fragrance. Now, in my last fragrance, Ambrosia Imperial, Bertrand Duchefort was the perfumer. In this fragrance, Bertrand Duchefort is also one of the perfumers. So he co-created this fragrance with, I'm going to put her name on the screen because she's known as BB. That's what we call her. We call her BB. But her name, like I said, I'm going to put it across the screen because I don't want to butcher it. So this fragrance, you guys, it's almost as if I told you guys, like, Mr. Duchefort is like my fragrance perfumer spirit animal. Like, he just gets it. Him and his team, they all get it. And I'm just so excited that with this fragrance, they got my vision to a T. Okay. So, like I said, the inspiration is falling leaves, pumpkins, harvest season, chunky knit sweaters, fireplace being cozy, yummy baked desserts. All right, so are y'all ready for the notes? Let's talk about these notes. Now, okay, let me just, it's like I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? Like, this is crazy. Like, please, girl, get it together. Pull it together. All right. We have baked pear, pear pulp, almonds, and applesauce. Let me let the top notes just marinate with you for a little bit. Let me let that just marinate, because when I tell you, like, you might not see it, but my mouth is watering. Okay. My mouth is watering. Yes, it is a gourmand scent, but it gets perfumey. Don't worry about it. But it is a gourmand, yummy, cozy, delicious scent. Let me read the top notes to you again, just in case some of y'all missed it, because some of y'all don't be paying attention to everything. Okay, so we have baked pears, pear pulp, which is so much more intense, is the pulp of the pear. We have almonds, and we have applesauce. Instead of putting apples, the applesauce is also way more intense in the scent. If you guys ever had applesauce, I'm sure you've had applesauce in school, going down the school line. We always had a little like plastic container of applesauce. The scent of applesauce is very, very potent. If you love apples, if you love the scent of apples in your fragrance, the sauce is where it's at. Okay, let me just tell you. Now, in the heart of this fragrance, we have rum absolute, brown rum absolute, okay? We have Elang Elang and French coffee. Now, let me run that back to you. Rum absolute, Elang Elang, and French coffee. It's that dark, rich, sexy roast, okay? Now, in the base, we have cinnamon, and yes, we did have cinnamon in Ambrosia Imperial. I love fragrances with cinnamon, y'all, especially when it comes to fall and being cozy. I feel like I cook so many desserts with cinnamon. Breakfast, desserts. You can put cinnamon in some drinks. You know what I mean? Like, cinnamon is that spice. Like, it's that spice. We have caramel, of course. Like, why not? We have whipped cream, a sweet, creamy cream, and we have cane sugar. Y'all, this fragrance is elegant, it's sweet, it's cozy, and it's sexy. That is the vibe for fall 2023. Elegant, sweet, cozy, sexy, period. All right. Now let's delve into some of the notes a little bit more, and why I wanted some of these notes in the fragrance. You guys know, if you don't know, I love to cook. I love to bake. I love to cook my fruits because, I mean, there's nothing sweeter and more comforting and more yummy and more easy than baked fruits, okay? It takes seconds to cook. You don't have to worry about baking a whole cake and measuring and doing all of this. You don't have to do that for a quick dessert. Some ice cream, some whipped cream or some heavy cream, some caramel or toffee, some nuts, some baked fruits with cinnamon and sauteed in some rum. Y'all, you can do that with any fruits. You will get your whole life. I'm telling you, it's so easy. It tastes so good. It's so yummy and so comforting, and it's so fragrant. When I tell you, all of these ingredients in y'all's kitchen is just so amazing. It is so good. So almonds, you're gonna get that nutty sweetness. Who doesn't love a fragrance with almonds? I mean, I do. Like, almonds is one of the best notes in a fall fragrance ever. Like, aside from your fruity notes and your sweet notes, I feel like that nuttiness, like, nothing is going to give you a nutty sweetness like an almond. And I just feel like it just holds up in the cold. It smells amazing. It goes with a lot of body chemistries. Don't sleep on the almond. Almond and fragrances are amazing, y'all. I'm telling you. Now, the applesauce, like I told you guys, it's more intense of apples. I love the scent of apples. Apples is like, it's fall, okay? You go apple picking, you make apple pies. It's definitely not fall without some apples. So you needed apples in the fragrance, but I didn't want that crisp, juicy apple. I wanted a more intense scent of the apple. The applesauce, guys, I'm telling you, the scent of applesauce is amazing. So like I said, it's more intense, it's more concentrated, and it's sweeter than the apple. So you're gonna get sweetness from that applesauce as well. Now, with the rum, now when you think about rum and fragrances, I'm just gonna let a lot of you guys know that you're not getting alcohol, okay? It's almost as if, well, not almost, I think it's the same thing when you're cooking food and you're cooking with alcohol. Let's say you're cooking with rum, or you're cooking with vodka, or brandy, whatever rum, alcoholic beverage you're cooking with, even wine. Once you put it in your sauce or whatever you're cooking, you're gonna cook off the scent of the alcohol. So that taste of the alcohol, that scent of the alcohol is gone, and it leaves behind that rich scent or flavor of whether it's the wine or the cognac. In this case, it's rum, okay? So once it's distilled and cooked off and the alcohol is gone, you're gonna be left with like a woody molasses type of scent. Very rich, very distinct. You need it. It's very sexy in fragrances, I'm telling y'all. Now, Elang Elang. I love this note because it kind of gives me like a floral aspect, but then it also gives me like a fruity aspect. It also gives a little banana. And no, the fragrance does not smell like Ambrosia Imperial, but you do get like a buttery banana type scent with Elang Elang. And it is that floral note in the fragrance that's going to give it that perfuminess. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want it to smell just like the dessert. We want to be reminded. We want it to be reminiscent of the dessert. We want it to be comfy and cozy, but we also want it to smell like perfume because we want to douse ourselves in fragrance, right? Not like in a dessert. Now, the French coffee. Now, let's talk about the coffee really quickly because you guys know, if you watch this channel, you already know I don't like strong coffee scents in my fragrance. I love the scent of coffee. I don't drink it. I do love what it does in fragrances, but in this fragrance right here, you're not going to get a strong, potent coffee scent. The coffee is just there to ground the fragrance, and it adds a little something. It adds that dark richness in the fragrance that it just needed. But honestly, it's not going to give it a heavy coffee scent. So if you're looking for something that has something very strong coffee, it's not going to be this fragrance. So don't read the notes or hear me saying the notes and say, ooh, she got French coffee in the fragrance. I love coffee in my fragrances and I'm going to get my coffee life. No, you're not. Okay, you're not. Pump your brakes. You're not gonna get your coffee life. The coffee in this fragrance is not coffeeing. Okay, like if you like fragrances like Margiela's Coffee Break, I love that fragrance. It has coffee, but the coffee isn't the star of the show, although it has coffee in it. If you love fragrances like Deluxe by Tiziano Terenzi, the coffee is in that fragrance, but the coffee isn't a loud coffee prominent scent. You smell the coffee more in Intense Cafe than you do in Deluxe. Intense Cafe is a nice scent, but it's not for me. Bay has that fragrance. He wears it. It smells amazing on him. It's not for me because, like I said, I don't want to smell intense coffee in my fragrance, but coffee definitely adds something sexy and exotic to the fragrance. Now, cane sugar. I could have did brown sugar. Could have did something like a honey, something sweet other than caramel, because caramel is in there as well, and we all know what caramel is. But I chose cane sugar because it has a kind of like a greenness, like a not a tartness, but if you guys are from the islands, or if you're not from the islands but you've ever had sugar cane. Now, eating sugar cane is not the sexiest thing, okay? Like, I mean, the juices are running down your mouth. You get the white stuff like from the cane all over your mouth. It gets stuck in your teeth. It is a whole hot mess. But when I tell you, it's nothing more Caribbean and more culturally appropriate than sitting on the beach sucking on some sugar cane, okay? Like, when I go to Jamaica, that is one of the things that I love to do. Now, I don't cut it. I'm not cutting the sugar cane. I'm gonna leave that for my uncles, leave that for my cousins. But when you cut it up and give it to me, and give it to me like this size, like this length, and I'm holding that sugar cane and I'm just gnawing it down, like I said, it's not sexy, but the juice and the sweetness, and it's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. So the sugar cane is going to add some sweetness to the fragrance, but it's not going to add anything too cloying, because brown sugar and caramel and whipped cream, you're starting to get cloying, all right? Like, and although I love sweet fragrances, I don't want the fragrance to be too sweet to where it's cloying, because I do have fragrances like that in my collection, but honestly, y'all, I have to think about it to reach for it. I don't want to think about it when I'm reaching for this fragrance. I want to just reach for it. I want to smell sweet. I want to smell inviting and intoxicating. I don't want the fragrance to bother me, to get on my nerves, to be too sweet, to be too cloying. I want to be able to wear it in the summer, because you will be able to wear this fragrance in the spring and summer. It is an all year round type of scent, although it is an ode to fall, okay? So like I said, the sugar cane is going to add that sweetness. It's sweet. It's a little bit green. It has a freshness to it. It's not going to be cloying. And that is what is in this beautiful little bottle right here. So this is what I have, guys, of one of my, what do you call these? It's not a decant, but one of my iterations of the fragrance. This was the last one, actually. And y'all, I'm going to spray it on my hand right now. And when I tell y'all, it is so beautiful. Y'all, it is so beautiful. Like, honestly, this is fun for me. Like, I want to just create fragrances forever now, because coming up with these concepts and reasons why, and putting the notes together, and having the perfumer hear your vision, and you explaining your vision to a T. Do not leave out any detail. You know what I mean? Like, explaining your vision to a T, and the perfumer getting it, like just hearing it and getting it, and you know, putting it into a scent that when you smell it, you're like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I was talking about. And Mr. Duchefort and BB hit the nail on the head. Guys, I'm so excited for you to smell this fragrance. The bottle is going to be a little different. Actually, no, it's not different. It's the same bottle as Ambrosia Imperial, but we have a little tint to it. It's a little color to it. It's a little green, because I wanted it to be an ode to fall. Like, these are fall colors. This is the color of the Anjou pear, and I want the bottle to represent that. Like, if you love fruity fragrances, I mean, I think you're going to love this. And honestly, like with Ambrosia, I took a chance with the banana, because I just love the scent of banana. I know a lot of people don't, but a lot of you didn't. And then you got to smell it and you're like, oh, okay, banana's not that bad after all. But I feel like more people love the scent of pears and apples in their fragrances. If you don't, leave it in the comments below. I'm interested to know. But even though it's a fruits that's more acceptable, because who doesn't love a great pear and apple? But when you cook it down, I'm telling you guys, with the rum and the caramel and the cane sugar, and just, guys, like, it's just such an amazing fragrance. And like I said, it is my ode to fall, my ode to loving everything about fall. Like I said, the fashion, the beauty, the lifestyle that you have in fall, like going apple picking, going to the farm, going through like a corn maze. Like, those things are so much fun for me in the fall. Going horseback riding, seeing the leaves change. You guys know I love, well, if you don't know, let me tell y'all, I love trees. I love trees. I love greenery. I love living where we live because it's nothing but trees, nothing but greenery. And the air is just so much better. It looks so much prettier. And when the leaves start to change in the fall season, you guys, the colors, the reds, the greens, the oranges, the browns, that is the inspiration for this fragrance because it's just cozy. It's just that vibe. Like if you love fall, I feel like you love fall not only because it's a little cooler outside, but you love it for the vibes that it gives. It's just a beautiful, comfy, cozy. It's time for family. It's time for friends and just being immersed with love, an abundance of love, intense love, being moved by love. And that is what this fragrance is for me, guys. And I hope when you smell it, it's going to be that for you as well. I want when you're going out with your friends and your family, going to those dinners and going to, you know, whatever events you have in the fall and or being home and just wanting to smell good and cozy and comforting and just everything. Like I want this fragrance to be what you're reaching for. I want this to be your go-to. So I don't want to speak too much because I think I spoke long enough about the fragrance. I'm going to come back with another video and let you guys know like all the technical details of when to order and what the discount code is going to be, if any, and this, that, the third. Well, there's definitely going to be discount codes, but you know, how many other fragrances you can get and if you're overseas, and we're going to have that technical video. But I definitely wanted to have this video because you guys were asking, like y'all kept asking like, yeah, that's what you wearing in the fall, or that's what you got on or whatever, but what's up with your fragrance, sis? And I'm just like, you know what, let me give the people what they want and tell you guys the name, the notes, and the inspiration behind the fragrance. And if you have any questions, because I'm sure I probably left something out because like I said, y'all, I'm nervous. Like your girl is nervous. But if you have any questions, leave it down below. Wait, one thing I forgot to touch on, which is very important, is this is an extrait de parfum, okay? Like I didn't think I really had to say it, but let me just say it. It's 23% perfume oil, just like Ambrosia Imperial. So it's going to last long on your skin. It's going to project. It's going to be the same thing, okay, when it comes to performance and longevity. I feel like this fragrance is actually more intense than Ambrosia because it's something in here that's very, very strong, y'all. Like it's intense. And I think you guys are gonna appreciate this and love this, especially in the cold season. You want something that's gonna stand up on your skin and that's gonna, you know, do more because it's cold outside. So you want it to be able to stand up in the cold, okay? So like I said, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and we can talk about it. I think that's it, y'all. So let's talk about it below like we always do. Remember to stay safe, be great, stay great, and always strive for greatness. AI the Great signing out, but I'll see you in my next video. Peace.